I'm Pastor Paul Camuti, and I'm one of the pastors at Real Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma, welcoming you to another segment of Restoration. As all of you know, we're just 1 year away from electing a new president. And as all of you know, we've been hearing a lot of things from a lot of different candidates making promises to make America good again. In fact, lately many of them have been speaking about policies that they would put in place if they are elected. But policies can be good, but my question is, are the policies going to be enough to turn America around? I just want to reiterate a quote that I've given before on restoration segments from a World War II Filipino general by the name of Carlos Romulo. This is what he had to say back in after the end of World War II. He said this: "Never forget, Americans, that yours is a spiritual country. Yes, I know that you are a practical people. Like others, I have marveled at your factories, at your skyscrapers, and at your arsenals. But underlying everything else is the fact that America began as a God-loving, God-fearing, God-worshiping people." And this, folks, is what we need to go back to. Filipino General Romulo said that America began as a God-loving, God-fearing, God-worshiping people. Policies alone will not save America. I want to read to you a few Bible verses, all of which are from the book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 34 says this: "Righteousness exalts a nation." Not policies, righteousness exalts a nation. But sin is a reproach to any people. Proverbs 16, verse 12 says this: "It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness." Somebody ought to let the folks up in Washington, D.C. know that chapter and verse. Proverbs 29, verse 2 says this: "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn." All I know is I see a lot more mourning than rejoicing going on in America over the last few years. And that should give us a clue as to the kind of government that we, the people, have elected in office. Which means this: all the stuff that's going on in America is on the shoulders of we, the people. We bear this burden. Now, you might say, well, Pastor Paul, you just see too much connection between the Bible, Christianity, the Spirit, and what's going on in the country. Well, I happen to be in very good company. The Founding Fathers saw a direct connection between religion, in context, meaning Christianity, good government, and civil society. And I'll read you 3 of the Founding Fathers' quotes. The first one is John Quincy Adams. He said this: "Human legislatures can undertake only to prescribe the actions of men. They acknowledge their inability to govern and direct the sentiments of the heart. The very law styles it a rule of civil conduct, not of internal principles. It is one of the greatest marks of divine favor that the legislator, meaning God, gave them rules not only of action, but for the government of the heart." George Washington made this statement: "Purity of morals is the only sure foundation of public happiness in any country. The federal government can never be in danger of degenerating so long as there remain any virtue in the body of the people. True religion, in context meaning Christianity, true religion or Christianity affords government its surest support. Religion, again Christianity, and morality are the essential pillars of a civil society." The essential pillars of a civil society. Finally, Samuel Adams, the father of the American Revolution, said this: religion, and again in context, Christianity, and good morals are the only foundations of public liberty and happiness. Neither the wisest constitution nor the wisest laws will secure the liberty and happiness of a people whose manners are universally corrupt. A general dissolution of the principles and manners will more surely overthrow the liberties of America than the whole force of the common enemy. While the people are virtuous, they cannot be subdued. But once they lose their virtue, they will be ready to surrender their liberties to the first external or internal invader. So before I sign off, again, going along with all this, my first book was published last fall, was released last spring in April. Sound the Alarm, The Spiritual Side of the Culture War. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. It's also available on amazon.com. You could also go to your local bookstore and get them to order it as well. You could also order directly from the publisher, Tate Publishing, by going to www.tatepublishing.com/bookstore. That's www.tatepublishing.com/bookstore. Also, I'd like you to check out my website, thepatrioticpastor.com. Again, that's www.thepatrioticpastor.com. And when you get on there, click on to Oracles of Liberty. And when you click on that, an article that I posted a few weeks ago will come up called What's Wrong with This Picture? I think you'll find that a very interesting article. Also, check out my Sound the Alarm Facebook page as well. And whether you agree with me or not, I would really like to hear from you. You can write me at The Patriotic Pastor, care of Real Church, 315 South Sheridan Road, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74112. Again, that's The Patriotic Pastor, care of Real Church, 315 South Sheridan Road, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74112. Or you can email me at thepatrioticpastor@yahoo.com. That's thepatrioticpastor@yahoo.com. Until next time, God bless and God save America.